Hey, this is QPTV Daily Social Live. We cut that intro short. We don't have all of the graphics available today. As you can see, this is a very special. Oh, see, it still popped up. This is a very special edition of the show. Here we go. Let's get that off the screen. We're back after a couple of days off. Get the show tuned up. We're almost there. So we wanted to come in to let you know what's happening on QPTV and QPTV.org over the next day or two. And of course, everything you can watch anytime on QPTV.org and QPTV. And if you want to find out more about QPTV, its social media, and its channels, it's easy. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitch. You can search for QPTV or Queens Public Television, and then you can email us directly, media@qptv.org. You can send us your questions or comments. We're also on your channels. We're on Spectrum, RCN, and Verizon Files. Make sure you save those channels to your favorites on your remote, on your cable box. You know you still have one. And if you don't, you'll be getting one again soon, trust me. This is QPTV Daily Social Live. It's been hot, folks. I'm not gonna lie. But we're back. Let's see if we can play before we get into what's coming up tomorrow. Actually, we have something tonight. We'll get into that a little later when we get all the details, but we'll get into mainly what's coming up tomorrow. It's a major day on QPTV. Of course, we have one of our favorite shows, Queen's Conversations. And we'll get into that in a little bit right after this.
This year marks the first year ranked choice voting is implemented in our local elections.
Voters can choose up to 5 candidates.
And with the June primary coming up really soon, it also includes ranked choice voting. So I think it's really important that we all work together collectively to educate our communities about what RCV is. So I challenge you, all the viewers, to talk to a couple people, a couple eligible voters in your life about RCV.
Try to talk to at least 2 voters you know.
2 voters in your life.
Just let them know about ranked choice voting, what it is, and how it works.
Hey, as you can see, once again, Queen's Conversations is coming up tomorrow at 3 p.m. Channel 34, 1995 on Spectrum. '82 on RCN and 34 on Verizon Files. You could also watch it on QPTV.org and on social media. Also all the websites, of course. And that is going to be Queen's reopening with Lucia, John, and Noran, and their guests. Richard Mazda, founder of LIC Arts Open and Secret Theater. Sarah Funky, on-camera host, entrepreneur, and travel expert. And Rob McKay from the Queens Economic Development Corporation. So it's a can't miss, especially if you're involved in any capacity. Whether you run a business, own a business, or you're an employee, whether you're a customer or a client, it's important. If you're a patron of the arts and entertainment, you're going to want to know what's happening, how it's being done, making sure you're safe, and making sure your family's safe. So, we're looking forward to that tomorrow at 3 p.m. Be here on QPTV.org to check it out. Uh-oh, look at me. Let me take myself off the screen. I don't have the chroma going. But as you can see, that's going to be on the website tomorrow. And of course, QPTV. You want to check that out. We have a lot more announcements we're going to be making over the next few days. Unfortunately, today we don't have all of them, but go to QPTV.org as you see right there. And we have so much content. We've been doing a lot during this time in the pandemic to try to bring you simulcasts and original programs and live streams where we're definitely working our way to fulfill our mission to help facilitate media for and by the people of Queens. We also have coming up, you can see it on the screen, the 2021 LGBTQ plus Pride Celebration. This is brought to you by Queens District Attorney Melinda Katz and Council Member Daniel Drum. And this will be live on QPTV tomorrow. It's June 10th, Thursday, June 10th, 6 p.m. on Spectrum 34/1995, RCN 82, Verizon Fios 34, and of course you can watch it right here on QPTV.org. You could also go to the District Attorney's website. I don't have it up here right now. I'll bring it up in a second. In fact, let's bring it up now. Let's see if we can do that. This is a free-form show today we have. See if I remember. Yep. You can go to queensda.org. We'll have a link up on qptv.org later. And from there, you could also sign up to be an in-person register for their Zoom. We're happy to promote it. We're happy to simulcast. If you don't want to pre-register, all you got to do is just visit QPTV or flip the remote. And we're happy to do that for you. You don't have to sit in front of your laptop to watch it. You can turn on your TV or turn on your phone and check out this program right here on QPTV. We're going to take another quick break and we'll be back right after this. Once again, you could find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitch for all your social media needs. And you can email us if you have any questions or comments about QPTV, QPTV Daily Social Live, public access television, community media. We'd be happy to answer your questions. Please email us media@qptv.org. And their channel line up there, you can go to qptv.org/guide anytime to find that out as well. And I'm not used to being in this window. You can find, I like having the fake screen behind me, but it's fine. So what you can also do for us, if you really want to know about updates beyond this show, is go to qptv.org/newsletter to subscribe. And from there, you can get all the latest updates on the facility and coronavirus, reopening, how that's going, or what's going to happen. You'll get the latest updates if you sign up there. You'll find out about the latest events and programs QPTV is bringing you. A lot of these live stream events, these simulcasts, we're happy to bring them to you. We want to make sure that you find out about them. And you can also learn about workshops in our classes. We have a few webinars coming up. You'll want to know when that's happening. Go to qptv.org/newsletter to learn all about what's happening with QPTV. Now, let's see. We're going to play a clip or two from QPTV's production with NYC Votes We Power NYC Ambassadors program. An amazing group of youngsters who are incredibly knowledgeable and well-spoken and out there letting people know, not only their peers, but anyone, why it's important to vote, and especially in New York City, and how it impacts our lives down to the minute level. I feel like playing one of those right now. Let's just do that. Check this out. Go to qptv.org to watch this anytime, and go to voting.nyc to learn all there is to know about voting in NYC. We'll be back after this, and we'll talk about some more good news for QPTV.
My name is Nathaniel Valdivieso. I'm from the Bronx, and I became involved with the Youth Ambassadors program through another program that I'm a part of called Urban Word. I work as a poet, and I'm on this email list that sends around jobs, and often they'll send around opportunities. So the NYC Votes Ambassador program was one of those opportunities that I was told to apply for. I did, and thankfully enough, I got in. The program is all about community, really. It's about us engaging our communities for the good, I don't know, of the rest of our peer group, the rest of the youth. Currently, actually, I'm arranging an event that's going to go to another organization that I'm a part of called Developing Artists. And I'm going to give a presentation in front of my peers about voting deadlines and educating them on how to vote. Because I am not yet voting age, but I have a lot of people in my friend group, a lot of people in my peer group that I work with that are above 18, and it's all about engaging our communities.
Right.
So that's what the program really centers around. It's how can we get the word out among the people that we know. If you're in a city with a lot of different kinds of people, a lot of different types of struggles, a lot of inequality and triumph and things like that, then you're going to write about the complex nature of that. And that's going to be called, something like activism, when you're really writing your reality. At the same time, I was a debate kid in middle school. I got really into debate. I've always been into looking at the news, although, sometimes you have to step away because it can get depressing. It can get too much. However, I don't know. I've always been a pretty politically active kid. I want to know what's going on around me because I feel like understanding, like, knowledge is power. Understanding your surroundings it's the first step to changing them. So that's really essential for me. And it always has been. Our job is to engage youth because there's nothing wrong with people of all ages voting, and I'm completely for that. And the program isn't completely youth-centered, but it is mostly youth-centered in that I think it's time for us and our generation to truly convince each other, right? Because if we're convincing each other, then it kind of feels more genuine, it feels more grassroots. So I like that about the program. But also, I think it's time for us in general as an age group to realize that we have a say, and we can have a say now rather than later. We don't have to keep putting it off until we're older, we feel that we've passed some arbitrary rite of passage, whether that's whatever it is, right? um, I think it's very, very important for us to realize that we can make change now, and we can convince other people that they have a voice now in the here and now by registering to vote, participating in local elections, anything, right? Any kind of community engagement. I think we are capable of, and we should use it. Just about, I don't know, kind of my life in general has been about voicing those concerns, and a lot of my peers feel the same way. Their life have been centered around really making sure their voice is heard. Because the way I see it is, why shouldn't we start early? This is the world that we have to live in. A lot of decisions have been made for us, right? We are coming into a world with problems. Um, so why not start early and try to fix some of those problems and try to shape the city and the larger community that we grow up in and choose to live in. You know what I mean?
Again, special thanks to those folks over there, NYC Votes and the We Power NYC Youth Ambassadors Program. Again, we want to remind you tomorrow we have Queen's Conversations. I don't have this loaded up the usual way I would load this up. Let's see if we can do this without it being a problem. Nope, that's not it. That's right. Oh, there we go. Oh, no. That's quick. There we go. You want to check this out tomorrow at 3. Queen's reopening on Queen's Conversations. And also, the 2021 LGBTQ plus Pride celebration brought to you by Queens District Attorney Melinda Katz and Council Member Daniel Drum. And this will be on QPTV. Make sure you get the dates right for you here. This will be on at 6 p.m. on Channel 34 or 1995 on Spectrum, RCN 82, and Verizon Fios 34. And of course, you can just watch this right here on QPTV.org. We don't have the graphic up tonight, I believe. We will be simulcasting. Let's bring up the website for you. Let's take this down. Let's bring up the website for you. So we're going to be simulcasting. If you've been paying attention, we've been simulcasting a lot of these debates brought to you by Politics NY. And I believe tonight at 6:30 we have the comptroller debate. And that'll be on Spectrum 34, 1995, RCN 82, and Verizon Fios 34. That's 6:30, and of course, it will also be on QPTV.org, and you'll find all these simulcasts, especially these election-related ones, right here on QPTV.org, QPTV's Election Center, or you can go to QPTV.org/election. And right below that, you see we have our videos. QPTV presents NYC Votes, We Power NYC Ambassadors. All the latest clips of those will be right there. And we have a lot more of those coming. You see all those young people around the box there in that little thumbnail. we spoke to all of them, and we'll be bringing you interviews with all of them and with Olivia Brady, who is the youth engagement coordinator there. I want to thank her once again for working with us on all those fantastic, I want to call them kids, but really they're a lot more mature than a lot of older people that I know. So I'm looking forward to bringing you those. It was a lot of fun, and it was incredibly educational for me too. So please check that out. We also want to just give you a quick preview. Later on this month, we'll be bringing you more about this, but QPTV, we win again at the 2021 Hometown Media Awards, winning another overall excellence award in public access, and we are incredibly thankful, and we're proud, and we're happy that we once again are winners. We want to thank the Foundation for the Alliance for Community Media and all the members who voted on this. We'll be bringing you more about this. Also, Queen's Stories, King's Journey in the Documentary Biography category won. We are incredibly proud of this piece. If you've seen this on QPTV Daily Social Live or just on the website, you can see how incredibly touching the story is, and it really, it's impossible not to be moved by this. So you want to check this out. This, of course, is brought to you by QPTV's award-winning team. You'll want to go to qptv.org to check that out. Yes, of course, Lucia Dragosh on our team. You want to check that out. Also, we want to congratulate actually QPTV Access producers. Go to the website for folks. Go to the website to get all of the details on this year's winners through QPTV. Also to find out about the Alliance for Community Media as a whole. A lot of information there. Links to the video. We'll try to play the video tomorrow. It's a little long. We can't play the whole thing. We'll play a few minutes of it. We got to sort of piece back the show right now. But if you go to qptv.org, everything that you will see and hear on QPTV Daily Social Live is already on the website. That's the secret of the show. But of course, it's not as fun if I'm demonstrating and narrating it to you personally. Let's take a look at another one of these videos before we head out. In fact, before we play the next interview, let's play the first video in the NYC Votes series so you get a better idea of who these folks are, and then we'll wrap up and we'll head out.
Hi everyone, my name is Olivia Brady. I am the Youth Engagement Coordinator for NYC Votes. We started this program, the We Power NYC Ambassador Program, as a volunteer opportunity in the summer of 2020. And it was so successful that we were actually able to branch out and secure funding to pay 16 young New Yorkers from across the 5 boroughs to do this incredibly important work of getting their communities engaged, educated, and out to vote this year.
Like voting and participating in local elections is one of the biggest things voters can do.
As ambassadors, we're kind of responsible for communicating all this different information about voting and local government.
I feel like it's important for voters to have unbiased, equitable information regardless of what community you live in.
That you directly and you alone, you have the power to change this city. You have the power to make this city a city that you would want to live in, you would want to raise your own kids in.
Voting really gives you power, even if you don't think it does, it really does. So please vote.
It's so important for your communities, even on a local level. It's really important to vote for what you think would be in your community's best interest.
A lot of the, nuances and small facets of our community that we never really realized, such as like the street lights, the stop signs, like, do you have bike lanes in your community? Is it safe to cross the street? Those are all impacted by the officials that we elect into office.
So why not start early and try to fix some of those problems and try to shape the city?
Change starts within us, and no matter how small we may think our votes are, they all count towards a major goal of ensuring that NYC is in a state that we all hope for it to be in.
I'm really learning how I can help my community change.
Being involved in your community and educating your community, because no one else will.
Giving my community and surrounding communities a chance to be heard.
You can make such a big difference by voting for someone that aligns with your values, that speaks for what you believe in, speaks for what you speak.
To get registered, to find your poll site, to learn about early voting, you can visit voting.nyc. It's your one-stop shop for all your election needs.
Follow New York City Votes on all of their social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, to stay informed about all the stuff happening locally with elections. They'll show you how you can fill out your ballot, learn about different representatives, and they give you all the deadlines and stuff that you need to know in a fun, informative way.
It is in a non-partisan, non-biased, easy to understand kind of way.
I think that it's really important. It means that other people can be more educated and get more involved in local politics as well, which will impact my and everybody's future.
Vote, get up, go vote, and let your voice be heard.
Take that feeling of power, take that feeling of responsibility, and run with it and do something powerful, impactful, and great for what I think is the greatest city in the world.
QPTV Daily Social Live. Another reminder. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitch. There's more out there, but we're not going to talk about them here. 6 is enough. 6 is too much. But either way, you could find us on any of those platforms. And you could also email us directly, media@qptv.org, with your questions or comments. Yes. And then the channels. We're on Spectrum, RCN, and Verizon Files. Go to qptv.org/guide at any time to find out what's what with the lineup. Let's get back to the main screen here. And then, of course, you want to sign up for QPTV's newsletter and weekly guide if you haven't already. Seriously, make sure you do that because you don't want to miss a single thing. Over the next few weeks, we're going to be letting you know all that's what's going on with QPTV. And there's going to be a lot. It's going to be a great summer. Things are starting to get somewhat normal. Hopefully in your neck of the woods, but stay safe, obviously. But it's going to be a summer for everybody. So you want to get on board with finding out what's happening. Subscribe to QPTV's newsletter and weekly guide for the latest updates from qptv.org. And tonight you're going to want to check out not tonight. Tonight you want to check out the tonight we're bringing you the Politics and Why, a simulcast of the comptroller debate. And on tomorrow afternoon, Queen's Conversations. Queen's Reopening. That should be a great show. Let me see if I can bring that thumbnail up without breaking everything again. Okay. Where is it? Okay, here we go. Yeah. Great guest as well. Richard Mazda from the founder of Long Island City Arts Open and Secret Theater. Sarah Funke, the on-camera host, entrepreneur and travel expert. And Rob McKay from the Queens Economic Development Corporation. Excuse me for fumbling through that. we're wrapping up today's show. I need some water. It's hot. Summer is here too early for me, folks. And but we really enjoy bringing this content to you. It's beyond entertainment. It's true information about what's happening in your specific neighborhood when it comes down to it. Queens is made up of neighborhoods, but you're talking about something that's happening in Queens. It's not going on anywhere else in the world. It's a very unique place. That's it. Also, tomorrow we will be having QPTV. We have. I can't keep it all. We have. Let's bring it up on the website. That's the easiest way. You see, that's the easiest way to find out any information. Just go to QPTV.org. It's already there. The 2021 LGBTQ plus Pride celebration. This is brought to you by Queens DA Melinda Katz and Council Member Daniel Drum. That'll be at 6 p.m. It's channel Spectrum 34, 1995, RCN 82, Verizon 34, and of course you can also watch on QPTV.org live. They've been putting, DA Katz has been putting on these wonderful events, and you can go to QPTV.org to watch those events and many others. Brought to you by District Attorney Katz and Queensborough President Donovan Richards, City and State New York, and you have Queens College there. There's so much that you can watch, and we're bringing this coming straight from the folks in your community who are reaching out and providing services and information that are crucial for some of us. So we're very happy to bring that to you. And then, of course, like I said, you could watch a lot of what's already on the site besides what's already coming up. There's so much that we've been simulcasting during this time, and then there's plenty of QPTV originals to watch as well. And make sure you go to QPTV.org to watch the entire NYC We Power NYC Ambassadors program videos. Make sure you sign up because there's going to be a lot of those coming up within the next few weeks. This election cycle will be providing you as much information as humanly possible so that you walk in informed on, when is that? June 22nd is the NYC primary. We want to make sure you're ready for it. Keep it locked on QPTV. Sign up for the newsletter right now. Go to QPTV.org. Throw your email address in there. You won't miss another update. That's it for today's show. We got to head out. We got stuff to plan. We got stuff to do. It's been fun. I've had fun. It's hard to say that we're doing it low tech, but for our show, this is a little lower tech. And we want to elevate some of this stuff. So we're going to be bringing on guests on. If you don't believe me, we even have a little window here for when we do have a guest on the show on a regular basis. So we're looking forward to that. Let's go back to the main screen. So keep it locked here on QPTV Daily Social Live. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back again tomorrow with more on what you should know from Queens Public Television, because we can't do this without you. In fact, we're here for you. We want you to become part of our in real life social network. Go to QPTV.org to find out how to watch, learn, and create with QPTV. Tell your friends about us, share, and subscribe. Stay safe and be well. No credit sequence today, folks. Sorry.